Hey Johnny, I appreciate the discussion down in the comments. I had this same exact line of thinking when I first started looking at the previous bull cycles, where I was trying to extract patterns from it to try and predict where I think this next run is going to go and how it's going to behave. For example, if we start by looking at Plan B's stock to flow chart of Bitcoin and understanding that while yes, the colored rainbow line is the actual price action, but the solid line that looks more like a staircase, that's the price action that should happen if Bitcoin were in a vacuum. Because to me, that's the line where the price action is constantly trying to go to, by default. Now, if you start adding in certain manipulation events and things like that, yeah, you get the squiggly all over variable line that we know Bitcoin to be. And while it's really important to be able to tell exactly how the price action was behaving in between certain halving events, how close to those halving events they were, it's also incredibly important to understand where the previous bull market left off. Now, if you take a look at the green areas, you'll notice the last two times here, the green areas spiked above the planned line. Because we never really got that spike above that default line, I really think there was a lot of monetary energy that was left on the table that we didn't get to see in the last run. Also, if you take a look at where that default line is now, as we're riding pretty much straight horizontal, it's at about the 100,000 mark. Whereas if you notice the last two halving events, the price was around or even above the default line. So this isn't me trying to say that the bull market is going to start sooner necessarily, even though sure you could use those terms. This is me actually saying that we have leftover energy from the last cycle that should bring us back to this default line, which we never actually reached at about the 100,000 mark. Then as we proceed to this next incline right up here, that will be the bull market when everybody's getting hyped into the market, ETFs are flying left and right, people are making crazy videos on NFTs that they flipped for $500,000, things like that. So could you look at it that what I'm trying to predict is that the bull run will kick off sooner? Sure, I guess from a certain perspective, yes. But what I'm really trying to articulate here is that we left a lot of potential monetary energy for the crypto space on the table that we didn't actually see get converted into price action. We didn't even reach that default line last bull run. So as we get closer to the halving event, we will creep up to that default line, kind of where we were supposed to be to begin this with. And then once the Bitcoin halving kicks in, that's where we'll enter that incline. I really hope this explains where my thinking is on the whole Bitcoin cycle. No, this isn't really a prediction, it's just my thoughts on the matter. But if you like this discussion, hit the follow, hit the like, and leave me a comment. Thanks.